Meghan reaped what she sowed. Karma pursues and kills public enemy number one. Hello everyone, hello and warm welcome to the Royal Family News channel. Okay, so if you just do a little research, spend 5 minutes on Google, you'll find that Meghan has created a lot of conflict. And if you want to know more, I highly recommend Tom Bauer's book, Revenge. It's very royalty friendly, so if you're offended by that sort of thing, okay, maybe don't watch it. But it really gives perspective on some of the things that happened. And it also suggested that Meghan was lying about the allegations she made. On accusations of racism. Okay, let's be honest here. It's not that the royal family has ever been guilty of a little racism. Prince Philip, God bless him, has publicly said some things that indicated he may be a little racist behind closed doors. But I don't think he hated anyone. I think he was a product of his generation. And I don't believe for a second that the royal family was racist towards Meghan. There is no evidence of this. And there are very well-researched books that provide much more nuance about the role Meghan played in his and Harry's choices in the past. And if there's one thing I find absolutely intolerable, it's being a liar. Evidence suggests that Meghan lied about her experiences, so that she could present herself as a better person than she actually is, and obviously make herself look like a victim and make the royal family look bad. She wanted all the perks of being royal, but she didn't want to have to work. She didn't want to work for charities, and Meghan Markle is too ambitious a person. She abuses people she considers inferior to her. This is not humanitarian. She is only willing to work for her own benefit and, as we discussed previously, Meghan is a compulsive liar. Meghan also treated her family like shit, and I can't say for sure that she isn't to blame in this situation. But one of Meghan's biggest problems right now is that she seems incapable of introspection. She is not willing to do the work necessary to grow. He will never admit that he did anything wrong, and we all do bad things sometimes. We all make mistakes as part of being human. Meghan didn't do herself any favors. Meghan and Harry were so insistent that they wanted privacy. They wanted to get away from the press. And what did they do? Well, they've been putting themselves in front of the cameras for money since they said that. They humiliated and embarrassed both of their families for money. And they made a lot of money by destroying their families. People don't like that. Especially when other people are there to refute their side of the story. Including former employees and old friends. So no, I don't think Meghan is simply a victim of the media or an orchestrated hate campaign. I don't believe for a second that all the negative news about Meghan is based on lies. It seems like the Sugars tried to blame everyone and no one for Meghan's bad reputation except Meghan herself. There are enough sources to suggest that this rosy view of Meghan may not be entirely accurate. And when you write about how horrible prejudice is, it's important that people don't indulge in it. Honestly, my friends, I haven't seen anything that suggests anyone is pushing this narrative. It could have happened other than Meghan and Harry themselves. He could have been made vulnerable when public protection was taken away from him. He could have been involved in an affair. Catastrophic car accident when nothing of the sort happened. I could go on, but I think you get the point. Meghan has so many complaints. He told so many lies about the situation. But does he really want things to improve? No, he wants revenge. He wants revenge. He wants people to lose their happy lives. She wants people to lose their jobs and she wants more money for herself. And therein lies the big problem. These problems can easily be blamed on Meghan, thanks to the flying monkeys doing the dirty work for her. And when you ask them more about what they're saying, they can't really elaborate. When we see the same pattern repeated over and over again, it's not a case of bias, it's just facts. The MO by Meghan and Harriet's pretty clear. Tell a lie and hope others will spread it. Meghan, however, was very stupid to tell so many lies about people who are easily wrong. I guess she started lying as a kid with that dish soap commercial. Well, maybe the detergent salesman didn't bother to refute his claims, but people are a little different. For example, what about that nasty lie that William was having an affair with Rose? My goodness, you can trace this all back to Giles Corrin. He admits that when it opened in Amsterdam, a house was set up in Soho. Apparently there were 6 friends and 2 of those friends were Harry and Meghan. So why did they choose Rose? Well, apparently there were several reasons. Rose was close friends with Catherine and William, but she was also Harry's official companion at an official state banquet to which Meghan Markle was not invited. So obviously this led Meghan to decide that she needed to get revenge. Meghan is the source of many of these false rumors. Meghan hopes people will stay interested in her unproductive life. Everything he's going to do is what we've heard about. But none of them are useful or interesting to anyone except Meghan. And it makes a lot of money for PR agencies to get these stories into the media. But that still doesn't get Meghan the attention she wants, because she's boring, transparent, a middle-aged bitch. Do you agree with my point of view? Let's talk about it together. And as always, you and I will discuss the points we made recently in the video called Sad Truth. Meghan and Harry beg to attend Kevin Costner's event. The first comment I want to talk about comes from Aquarius. I have to say, the Harkles have become a laughingstock with their desperation to be noticed. The monarchy still reigns supreme over these idiots. May God save the king. Aquarius, I like this point you make. Because in the end, we are sometimes so caught up in this Meghan and Harry drama that we forget the reality of the situation. Most people don't care. So thank you for reminding me, at least, of this comforting fact. And then the next comment is from Connie. I'm so sorry about Kevin. Who shows up uninvited? The Harkles are not in this category of millionaires. Just tell him to go away. Meghan Markle doesn't care whether or not she gets invited to events. He will come anyway. Just think about that wedding she called off while Harry was trying to get away from her. She's shameless, to say the least. And then Linda, the longer Harry stays with Meghan and apparently ignores his role as a father, the more his reputation collapses. It's true that I don't know if Harry is too stupid to realize this, or if he doesn't care, or if he is so under Meghan's control that he can't escape her. But you are right. I mean, the longer he stays with her, the worse he looks. And then we have Elizabeth. Meghan's coat looks like a horse blanket, doesn't it? So strange. So Kaz, I really hope our Prince and Princess of Wales watch this. I hear they like a good comedy. Honestly, I want to believe it too. I think they read about Meghan and Harry. I mean, how could they not? And I think they're laughing, because at this point, Meghan and Harry are making themselves even more ridiculous. And I don't think Catherine and William see them as a threat. The next comment seems to indicate that the horse blanket can conceal any recording device. It comes from Yenna. I think that's how the name is pronounced. She loves hiding recording devices under her coats. We've noticed this in the past. Maybe you're right. And then Casper, the dress with the prize clause looks like a blanket you would throw over a horse. That's what a lot of people say, and you're right. I saw it too. And then Janet, it's because she had a microphone touched underneath. Again, yes, that's probably true. Next stop, Cheryl. Oh, Harry still looks like he needs a shower and Meghan was wearing a horse blanket. What the hell? At least it wasn't wrinkled. Cabbage. Now that's a good point. We must return to Caesar what is Caesar's. At least for once, Meghan didn't wear wrinkled clothes. Probably because the horse blanket can't really wrinkle, but still. Claire said, you don't see a person very often in real life with the exact same curvy figure as a SpongeBob wife. And for that, he will always apologize. I've never heard that before, but yeah, that weird square body. I see the resemblance. The following commentary is from Looking into the Light. I didn't think they were invited to Costner's party. Maybe I missed this part. I don't think they were invited. I think they just arrived. And then Douglas, I read that Kevin Costner said the door even crashed. I wonder. I think they broke down the door. Come on, that's exactly what they're looking for. They don't care if they don't get invited to something, they probably think the invitation got lost in the mail. Next, a comment from Kitty Fan. Someone told Megs that if you don't have a waist, it's pretty straight from the chest down. You look more beautiful if you wear the belt just below your chest. Works well for capes and dresses. Doesn't work at all with pants and jumpsuits. In pants, you look like an old man with a beer belly. This is where their belts land. Hi. Kitty Fan, I think you're right that I finally understand what's going on here. I was wondering what was going on with all the weird belts and why she insisted on doing it and made herself look even worse, but I'm sure you're right. Maybe he already listened to someone's advice, but obviously he didn't even follow the advice as expected. And then we have Veronica. It is said that we all come from apes and apes. Does anyone else think Markle prefers the orangutan square, short torso, long skinny legs and long skinny arms with claw-like fingers? Poor orangutan. Veronica, let's not insult orangutans like that. I think they're a really intelligent species. Let's not compare them to Meghan Markle, but I understand what you're saying. Bless their hearts. Orangutans, obviously, not Meghan. And then K-Hum talks about the event. Why were they on stage? Who asked them to give Kevin an award? Kevin looked uncomfortable. Well, yes, I think I would also feel uncomfortable if a few people took over my party and then went on stage. I mean, seriously, how ignorant can these two be when it comes to basic social etiquette? And we have some answers, Lynn says. Say something, Kevin Costner. Make it clear to the thick-skinned yacht girl. I think Kevin Costner, unlike Meghan and Harry, was trying to be polite. And then, oh, Ralph Owens. Hi, Ralph. How are you? Ralph says, false. Lady C said Meghan was never a yacht girl. Pursue. Well, Ralph always has something to add to the discussion. Now, I think Lady C said she doesn't really need to be a yacht girl, but I don't think Lady C is convinced of that anyway. Veronica says Lady C said she was a yacht girl, using girl very loosely. Ugh, I think I'm going to have to side with Veronica on this one. And then another comment from Kitty Fan. Oh no, Harry always borrows someone else's polo ponies. If he had his own, he would have to pay to keep them stable and train them. He prefers to borrow them for free. Well, I guess Meghan Markle taught him her snappy ways, or maybe it's always been that way. And then Norma responds. He drove his pregnant mare so hard that she had to be put down. She must have been killed. He's very violent with his horses, so it wasn't a big step for him to do what he did to his grandparents and family. He is so sick and no, there is no hope for either of us. I also heard that Harry was so violent towards animals. These are frightening things. It takes a very sick and disturbed person to mistreat animals like this, simply horrible. And then Kitty Fan also responds that it's really true. Psychiatrists say people like the Harkles are incurable. There is no pill to deflate the ego. And when we ask them to look at things from the other's point of view, they can't. For them, there is only one point of view. Best wishes. Kitty Fan, you really hit on something important here. Meghan and Harry, or at least Meghan. I'm still not sure about Harry, but Meghan isn't capable of normal feelings like compassion. Empathy towards others. There's definitely something missing in his brain. And it seems that what is missing is what makes us truly human. Again, I really want to thank everyone for discussing this with us, and if you have any other ideas, please let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed our video tonight, please give it a like and share it with your friends and family who might like it. And apart from that, before you go, don't forget to subscribe to the Royal Family News channel to support us further. Thank you for listening, have a good evening and see you tomorrow.